We are back on Morning Line. Thanks for joining us. Final segment this morning with Reverend Glenn Cranfield from over at the Rescue Mission here in Nashville. They do a great job. Thanks for coming on.
Absolutely.
Hey, he's a busy guy. He's such a good sport, and this is what he has to do to get out and do it. And you do a lot of interviews right now. I know it probably gets tiresome, but you never get tired of talking about it.
No. I really enjoy what happens there, and I just want all of Nashville to know about it because I think it's phenomenal work. We say that we provide hope for today. And that is emergency care, food, shelter, clothing, and hope for tomorrow. And that's the life recovery, getting a job, getting placed in a job, getting out of the mission. And then, of course, we're faith-based, so it's hope for eternity. So we do those three things: hope for today, tomorrow, and eternity. And you know, it's all about hope.
Yeah, you got to get the word out. What's interesting is, because of where you're located, and we'll say again, what's the address?
639 Lafayette.
Lafayette. All right. And that was an area that maybe many people wouldn't have gone to for one reason or another in the past, because it's off the beaten track. With the growth now, okay, first of all, you got my favorite hot dog joints. And there's a lot of good ones, but I love Hot Diggity Dog.
Hot Diggity Dog.
Shout out to Hot Diggity Dog. But also the winery right there next to you. I mean, a high-end place. It's lovely, and they have music and all this. People going there, and it's all building up around you. And then there's the mission. And so folks come to that area more, and they'll see it. And it's not a blight by any means. No. You guys fit in, even though some people say, wow, you've got the mission near the winery and Hot Diggity Dog. Is that have there been any problems?
Not at all. I tell you, we talked with the folks from the winery. The owners don't live in town, and so they had 3 or 4 different locations around Nashville to do the winery. And so I asked them, I said, why did you choose to do this particular location, which is just outside our parking lot? And he said, because you're here. Yeah. He said, we came and drove our car and sat in your parking lot hour after hour after hour. And realized we watched what happens here. Our hearts are in tune with what you're doing and the manner in which you do it, the safety, the security, and we want to be a great partner. We have folks that work there. We have people that help, and they're phenomenal neighbors.
I did not know that. That is great you shared that story, and good for them.
Yes,
and I think
absolutely.
they've been successful, and that's fantastic.
Good neighbors.
Well, how about that? Let's go next to, I believe we've got, is it Christy, I think, right? Oh, I'm sorry, it's Cheryl. Cheryl, I wrote it wrong. I got it. Cheryl, good morning, Cheryl.
Good morning, Nick.
Hey.
How are you?
Good, Cheryl. How are you?
Oh, I'm pretty good. I have a couple things I'd just like to say.
Sure.
First of all, I would like to thank the Reverend and all of his helpers, and God bless them. I'll tell you, they are lifesavers. And up here where I live, we've got like one of the churches that does the second harvest. And thank God for that, because I live in a very, very rural area. And I also wanted to say, you had made a mention of $500 a month is reasonable. For most people, it is.
In this day and age,
for somebody like me, who is on SSI, who only gets $750 a month, it's not reasonable. I wouldn't even be able to pay my bills. And if it wasn't for my friend, I probably would be in the streets. I've been in the streets before. It's not fun, that's for sure. But I just wanted to wish y'all a happy Thanksgiving, and God bless y'all.
Thank you. You too. You too.
Thank you
it's
so
always
much.
great hearing from you, and have a Thanksgiving that's great. And she's right. I mean, if you're on a fixed income, but I dare you to find an apartment for $500 anywhere. Well, that was. I don't think they exist anymore.
That was your point. Nashville has just grown so much that's almost kind of like you can't find it.
Yeah, you need to have roommates or friends to help you or something like that, and that's what makes it much more difficult. Thank you for your call.
Absolutely.
Let's go. We got Coyote. Hi, Coyote. Good morning.
Yes, I have a comment.
Sure, sir.
When I came over from Northern Ireland, I spent 2.5 years on the streets of Nashville, and when I see these commercials about men pushing shopping carts and having a nice meal at the mission, it's not really that bad. First I slept in the car, then I slept in my Suburban, then I had a couple of squats, and there was room in. And when I was at the mission, it was a cool place to sleep in the summer with the air conditioning. But in December, January, the coldest winter, they're still jacking up the air conditioning. You're in short sleeves or half naked. You must wear pajama pants. I feel that makes it harder than necessary when you can't even take in your thick coat to use as a pillow. Why is it run that way and kind of marginalize these people who are down on their luck and could be better if only room in the inn will end year round? God bless and have a nice Thanksgiving Day after tomorrow.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't catch exactly his last point. Was he saying about the temperatures in the winter, or?
I think he was talking about some of the structure that we have in place that maybe there was a time in the past when everyone had to wear pajamas, and so you put your things in a belonging in a basket, and we would take care of it that way. But you know, things have changed over the years, and so we don't do that anymore. But we do certain things to maintain security, and we do certain things to maintain that things aren't brought into the shelter and passed around, you might say. And so it's a balance between dignity and security.
Right.
And so that constant balance is something that we want everybody to be dignified. We certainly want to do that, but we also want the guy that's sitting in the bunk next to you to feel secure. And when you have 500 men in bunk beds at nighttime in a shelter like that, then we want everyone to lay down their head at night and feel reasonably secure. And so that's very important.
We all have to live with that. When's the last time you flew? I mean, if you're going through you know, airport security and dignity, you have to maintain it, but you have to go in there, take your shoes off, and stand in the X-ray machine.
Right,
you know?
exactly.
But it's a price you pay, and I have no problem with doing so to make sure I feel safe on the plane.
That's right.
As far as I wanted to get back to the idea of someone who's there. The average length of stay can be 6 to 8 weeks. Is that your thing?
Sure.
If they choose to stay, as you said, a lot of people come just to eat and leave.
Sure. And years ago, there really wasn't any strategy for an exit strategy to move people out, and so we had a big front door saying y'all come and you're welcome, and that's still there. But now we have case management, we have people that are really trying to hook up with you and find out what your true needs are so that we can move you out of the shelter system and into protective living.
So if they're there for like 6 weeks or something, can they then at that point, with some of your counselors that work with them or caseworkers, can they receive mail there?
Absolutely. No, they receive mail there. We don't. It's not. We don't have. There's some places that makes it their permanent mail address. We don't do that, but they can receive mail there. They get help there. They get medical attention there. Of course, we get food, clothing, and shelter, but medical attention through neighborhood health.
I'm saying if they start getting going, and maybe the first step is to stay there living and get a job first, and so they don't have a place to live outside there. So if they're going and applying for the job, and the application asks your address,
639 Lafayette.
Okay, and if there's a phone number, well, I don't know. They don't have cell phones. If someone had to reach them, can they call? Would there be a number they could put down?
Well, they put a note on there, you know, on our board that says so and so is here. I'm looking for a job. This person may call. They check in with the case manager. And, you know, and the case manager actually won't even wait for a phone call. The case manager will call ahead of time
and reach out to them.
Say Joe is looking for a job. I understand he's filling an application for you to let you know he's here. He's in good standing, so on and so forth.
If they start earning some money, you know, can they open up a bank account? Is that something, you know, I'm just thinking of all the things you have to do. Does that happen where they'll set that up?
Absolutely. We work with the local bank, Renaissance Bank, and set up banking accounts for them, and they do a phenomenal job, an incredible job of providing that help and resource for them. What we're trying to do is take away those issues that are keeping you from actually being productive.
Barriers.
And so we're working with bank systems, we work with different folks, the post office, the schools, whatever it is, and we're constantly learning. We're finding out things today that we didn't know yesterday. And so I always tell our staff, I said, we're smarter today than we were yesterday, but we're not as smart as we're going to be tomorrow because we're constantly learning.
Oh, absolutely. Something new, and the world around you is changing. You said the budget's $11 million. Again, no federal money, all donations is how it comes in. So what is it then? And we talked about volunteers. You're always open to that, and they get vetted like anyone else, but there's all kinds of things needed. What else do you need now. Is there anything specific you want to pitch out there that is needed this time of year specifically or beyond?
The main pitch that I wanted to make is that, and it's this phrase that is so true, everything starts with a meal.
Okay.
And so people are brought to the rescue mission initially because of the meal. We have shelter, we have clothing, we have all those things, but they're hungry. And so for $2.26, then you're providing a meal, and you're providing the case management that goes along with that brings them in and says, okay, we're here for you. And so that finance, without receiving any government support at all, no tax dollars at work, that finance from Middle Tennessee at $2.26 per meal at whatever level they're able or willing to give really makes an incredible difference. And for those of faith, it makes an eternal impact.
Okay, so money obviously is always welcome. If someone wants to cut you a check, bring cash, that kind of thing is always welcome. And it's an easy thing to do if you have the means, write the check.
Right.
Now you can go beyond that if you want in terms of could someone out there that's hunting, hunting season started Saturday,
yes.
Rifle season. Tell me, what will happen? I mean, I know there were folks out there and they probably get their count of deer. Do they bring the butchered deer to you? I know they're not just bringing the carcass, but what do they do?
Process.
Okay, so it's processed. They bring you the deer sausage.
We have deer sausage.
Ground
we have
deer.
Venison chili every year.
Yeah,
and we're so grateful for it. And our clients love it. It just says it's a little bit of a departure, that life is normal for us too. Mm-hmm. We get to have venison chili.
Sure.
And so it's really meaningful for them.
Any other foodstuffs? Coats? What else?
Wild hogs.
Really? I've never even had a wild hog.
People that bring the processed food, but yeah, coats and scarves and gloves, and people are great to bring those things. Usually, what happens is after the season, when you're cleaning out, spring and summer starts, so you bring your old coats and scarves. We need them right now.
Right.
And so so those kinds of things are very helpful in the moment.
Is that something where we talked about where you're on Lafayette there? That someone watching this goes into their crawl space and they find several coats that are in nice shape but are not being worn. They can pack them up and bring them down today. They pull in, they go now, buzz the buzzer, say, I'm here, I've got a load full of coats.
They don't have to buzzer. You pull in, they're on the backside of 639 Lafayette, and out with the shopping cart, you will be met with some of the most grateful, appreciative clients of the mission that will be there to receive that and bless you and thank you for giving that. And they truly are grateful for it, whether it's a turkey for this time of year, a ham, or a coat or scarf or a bag of clothes. They'll help you, and you don't even have to get out of your car.
Okay, and it's worth saying, not that this is why anyone would do it, it can be a tax write-off as well.
Absolutely.
You can get the receipt or whatever to make that claim with your taxes if you'd like.
So. Absolutely.
Awesome. So tomorrow's going to be busy.
It's going to be a great day.
What do you got planned for me? What am I going to do? Okay, am I going to be handing out butter? Listen, one year you had me scooping the mashed potatoes. Oh, yeah. And after an hour, I started feeling carpal tunnel.
That's right. Okay. You know what most people don't think about, and you can respond to this, it is exhausting.
I'm not complaining.
When you're serving,
it's a blast.
When you're serving 500 and 600 meals at a day on a normal day, it can be exhausting.
Oh, I understand it can, but man, you get so much adrenaline. I'll be standing next to Leland. Now, Leland, more cranberry, and he'll throw it out. Well, you know what it's like. We always see that.
It's so fun.
Listen, Reverend, always a pleasure. You do such wonderful work, and I wish I saw you more often, but anytime we can help. And thank you. Wonderful job, and I hope people take advantage of helping at the mission.
Absolutely.
Have a great Thanksgiving.
Thank you very much.
I'll be back with more right after this.